here today the true definition of bittersweet. Sweet because it made her son what? And like any first birthday I've attended, I expect cake. Bitter because I stood in this very building, in a stage, I think, right on top of us, exactly 1 year ago today, and regaled those who were there with tales of my journeys through the friend zone. For those who were not there and those who can't remember, let me tell you who the key people were. There was Muredi from Kegoke Boys. There was my friend PJ, who took me to buy the engagement ring, who he proposed to somebody else with. Then there was that guy. Do you remember that guy? Strange dude who thought Kema Maria was Kenya's new musical project. How fundamentally wrong was that dude? And I remember my last words. Next year, at this time, I'll be planning my wedding. Martin Luther King Jr. might be the only one happy to know that I still have a dream. But I've been busy. I have managed to get not one, but two new notches on my friend zone belt. How's that for productivity in 1 year? Like every good CEO, when end-year results are released, I decided to engage my stakeholders so we could determine where depositing such disastrous results. I approached it like a dentist. Have you ever noticed when you go to a dentist, he can't even see, but he goes right to the center of the cavity and he pokes it. Did that hurt? As if he didn't notice how you jumped like a kangaroo, in pain. Then he goes back like 3 more times before he determines if you're going to get a root canal or just a filling. So I went to my pain points. Those famous boys, my boys! And I argued, since they're already married now, we can have a good discussion and assess exactly what I'm doing. For their anonymity and to protect them, I have masked their names. You also understand why at the end of today's tale. Enter expert number 1. A friend for more than 10 years, we even finish each other's sentences. So after 1 or 2 drinks, to loosen him up. Dude, why do you think I'm still single? Gee! Why do you guys think like that? Gee! You know your problem. What's my problem? You're too independent. You have to do things on your own terms. Let me give you an example. You have no problem paying for your own drink when there are able men around you. Well, they didn't offer. You need to let a guy be a guy around you. In fact, you need to be more woye. Oh, okay, woye. You could try. Let's start now. Woye, please stay for me. So I decided to put woye to the test. I travel a lot for work, and my standard hand luggage is my handbag and a laptop backpack, which carries a laptop and several other necessities. Several depending on how much time I had at duty free. The plan was, when you get to the plane, you need to pretend not to be able to lift this bag into the overhead compartment. I told you last year I have expectations. I'm looking for a well-rounded man. And business class should be where I find him. So I board the plane, eye the targets, put the bag down and pull my damsel in distress book in my bag and the target never took the base. One time I an old guy came from 2 aisles across to give me a hand. What was even worse, he didn't have a hand to give me a hand. Then the target, he looked up from his newspaper with an eye of, how do you have a valid hand? Then go back to his newspaper. I did the math. I did 176,000 kilometers by air last year. I can tell you for sure. Being Oye doesn't work above 34,000. So enter expert number 2. An old colleague turned friend, turned right at friend zone. So I didn't even bother with drinks. You guy, this single whole thing is not working for me. Oh, Dainah, you're such a guy. You check it. All feminine body parts accounted for. So dude explained himself. You display femininity from girliness, but not for wife material. Let me explain. Let's start with your hair. You cut it off, you grow it out, you color it, you do all sorts of things. Sometimes you have none at all. Then your clothes, you wear too many solid colors, all blue, all black. I mean, very muted mixing. And this guy was channeling Joan Rivers, who was talking in my ear. Then you don't wear any makeup. How many ladies agree? Lip balm will sort you every day. I said, okay, so what do you suggest I do? Wear more flowers and be more girly. So you want me to look like a macho? He moved his stool a little further away. But I always take it back. I went shopping. Big, bold flowers. Black on blue, pink on orange. You name it, I had it. I followed one policy. Not two, actually. If a bee fell on me, it would think that died and gone to heaven. If a chameleon fell on me, it would die of confusion. I got my hairdresser to start using big rollers, so I looked like I had a halo, going on some big advertising. Then I spent a lot of money on Elizabeth Arden, Body Shop, and for my face. Receipts, tips. I went for my next trip into West Africa. When I landed, I was going straight to the office already. Flowery attire. Okay. I disembarked and I needed to get a visa. So the policeman offers to escort me to the visa office. Madam, you are traveling alone? Yes, sir, I have. And your husband let you come all this way by yourself? Sir, I'm not married. Are you looking for a husband? So I'm thinking, this guy has some guts. You're prepositioning me even before I'm officially in the country. Sir, with all due respect, I'll get you out. Don't look for a husband. Well, you never find a husband anyway if you dress like you've been married for 20 years. So needless to say, I've not spoken to my fashion challenge friends for the last 6 months. Those flowers are at the back of my wardrobe. I've returned to my normal clothes. I've returned to my barber. But I'm keeping the facings. They were so expensive. But I kind of like how my face, looks like. It was now November. I've surrendered. Santa is not bringing me a boyfriend for Christmas. It's cool. Next year is another year. So I meet up with a childhood friend. He turned friend zone even when I was 6. We were so close, he took me to the garage for the first time when I bought my first car. So we hooked up on some loose weekend. And this time he's the one who asked, Dainah, why are you still single? Like, dude, we are not even going there. In fact, can we talk about this ISIS attacking Paris? See, Dainah, that's why you're still single. Huh? You see, you are the only girl I probably know who knows the difference between 7th rugby and 15th. It's really obvious, speed versus formation. You Manchester United as a fan, not a groupie. You know all the stats for George Best, and you think Roy Carroll was the best goalie they ever had. Isn't it obvious they were both Irish? You read Time magazine cover to cover. In fact, you're telling me about Saudi Arabia, Iran, and why they're not in the fight. And then you turn around and read Cosmopolitan cover to cover. You know too much. And then you use it in conversation. So, let me give you something. A guy wants to be the one to tell you those things. So that you think that he is very knowledgeable and intelligent. You wrote this book. So now when you do it, you take all the fun out of it. So the guy will talk to you because it's fun. But for a girl, not a wife. A wife is demure. I looked up demure in the dictionary. And Dainah was not one of the synonyms. Next to bashful, unassuming, and mild. What's mild? Mild is what I ask for when I go to an Indian restaurant and order the curry. Is it mild? What's love got to do with being mild? So I have not tested this theory. I have a reputation too. So it is separate. And we can conclude three things. One, being voyeur, I guess, of the works of the ground. Two, flowers belong in vases and gardens. Three, I've not decided whether or not I should or should not know stuff. However, it's not all been doom and gloom. This other 1 year in the friend zone has been a fantastic opportunity to do stuff I like by myself. With all the travel, I can be a tourist, I can go where I like. I even went for the Italian Mass at the Duomo in Milan. By the way, because I don't feel like those things. Just give me your number. Just saying. But this 1 year has been an opportunity to learn myself more and prepare myself for the next big relationship. You know, I've been a very happy lady in waiting. But I would like to come back next year with a different story. Otherwise, we'll have another good laugh at my expense. So maybe you all can tell me if you've had success stories in the last 1 year, or maybe what I'm doing wrong. I didn't open a Gmail account. Please write to me. It's friendzonekenya@gmail.com. It's a real address. Do you know friendzone was already taken? So it's friendzonekenya@gmail.com. And if you have nothing to tell me, we can discuss Man United. No? Then don't write me. My expectations have not changed. I seek to be yoked with a man who's dashing, suave, debonair. But I've added one more. He must agree with me that being demure is a great quality for a man. For those of you who are celebrating Valentine's this weekend, have a demure one.